Hi everybody, this is Boog-S Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Multiverse of Madness Doctor Strange figure. So before we take a look at Doctor Strange, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with this gesturing hand and fisted hand. The right hand kind of looks like when he has his sling ring on, but as you can see, the sling ring is sculpted onto the belt right there. Up next, he comes with two more gesturing hands. Up next, he comes with his magic effect hands, and these look really good. These are reused from the previous No Way Home Doctor Strange figure. And finally, he comes with his Cloak of Levitation. And this has some really good sculpt details, some really nice texturing to it. It looks really nice. But my big problem with this is that it's just free-floating. There should be a peg on it that pegs into his back like the last Doctor Strange figure. Since it doesn't have a peg on this new one, because this is a new mold, it just falls off of him constantly. So I really wish there would have been a peg in there to keep it on, because this is a pain, especially when you're posing him around. If you have his arms kind of relaxed like this, then it's fine, but the second you move his arms up, then it's just going to fall off. And as you can see, it doesn't even want to stay on when you move his arms up. So posing this figure around with the cape on is so irritating. If it would have just had a peg that connected into his back, it would have been fine. But yeah, you can barely keep it on. And this is really, really irritating. I mean, if you have him in a vanilla pose, then it's fine. But other than that, this doesn't really stay on there that well. I definitely would have preferred fabric cape. I think that would have looked really, really nice. But honestly, I wouldn't mind a rubber cape as long as it pegged into his back. So that is my first complaint with the figure. So now taking a look at the head sculpt. Again, Hasbro really improved upon the last Benedict Cumberbatch head sculpt. This one looks even more like him than the last one. The sculpt detail to it looks really good. The hair is sculpted really nicely. You get the gray at the temples. I feel like the gray on the right side came out better than the left side. But this is still a really good head sculpt. And everything on this figure is brand new. It's all new pieces. As you can see, the designs are pretty different. This reused the Infinity War body mold for Doctor Strange. So he does have a different costume in the new movie. You get the Eye of Agamotto, and this time it is down in the figure. It's glued down in the figure. You can see a little bit of glue around the edges there, some excess glue. This time his tunic actually has the comic Doctor Strange symbol right there on his chest, and that looks really good. It's got some red outlines to it. He has some different wrist guards that have some good sculpt detail to him, a little blue line right there. He has some good sculpt and paint detail to his belt, some really nice texturing. The silver came out clean, and so did the red. There you can see his sling ring. It really would have been cool if this was removable and you could put it on that first hand that I had on Doctor Strange, but you can't. It's just sculpted in there. The tunic has some good sculpting to it, and it has that red outline along with some light blue collars to it. My second complaint is, as soon as I opened this figure, he popped in half. And I haven't seen that happen to anyone else. Luckily, I was able to get him back together, and he stayed together. But yeah, that really sucked that this popped in half. So now let's go ahead and go over his articulation. He has a ball-jointed head and neck that can look up just about all the way. He can look down just about all the way. He can move his head side to side. You get a little bit of tilting. He has ball-jointed shoulders that can move all the way out. He has swivel at the bicep, double-jointed elbow that can bend in all the way. He has swivel at the wrist on all of the hands that can move up and down and spin all the way around. Now, another complaint I have is the ab crunch. He has an ab crunch that can move back all the way. And this joint is very, very ugly, especially when you crunch it forward like that. He just looks broken. I really would have preferred a ball-jointed waist down in here. That's what the last Doctor Strange figure had. The articulation was a little limited on it, but it looked a lot better when you're posing it around, because that just looks ugh. He has swivel at the waist that can move side to side. And for my final complaint with this figure, he has ball-jointed hips that can barely move out. He can kick forward just slightly. He can kick back very slightly. He has swivel at the thigh, double-jointed knee that you can only bend in that far, because if you bend it any farther, you will get the tunic stuck in that joint. And he has swivel at the ankle that can move down just a little bit, up all the way, and an ankle rocker. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to the previous Doctor Strange figure from Spider-Man No Way Home. Here he is next to Scarlet Witch from WandaVision. And finally, here he is next to the Toy Biz movie X-Men Professor X figure. So overall, I was really looking forward to this figure. I was really excited for the design, all the accessories he came with, but once I have it in hand, it's kind of disappointing. The articulation on the ab just looks ugly. The hip articulation is really hindered. And that cape is a pain unless you just have him in a standard pose like this. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with this release. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.